Hi everyone, welcome back to our class. So today what we're going to learn is to present our renders, which we did in the last 3 sessions, into Photoshop mockup templates. So these are some of the examples which I did using the templates. So let's get started. In the downloaded folder, you will see a mockup renders folder. These are examples of the presentation images that I've done. You can have a look. And in the renders images folder, these are the renders that we've done for the past 3 sessions. And if you click on Unblast, this will link you to the website that you can download a lot of free mockups. So let's get started. The first template I'm going to use has got an iPad, iPhone, and Apple Watch for us to include our renders in there. So when you look at the folder structures, and they're all very similar in all the various templates, is that when you open them up, it might look complex, but look for the one with the smart object layers, right? So for example, if you go to iPad Air to display, if you double click on it, it will ask you to put your artwork on there. Go to File, Open, and look for the 3 or any other renders that you have done. Open them up. And the next thing what we need to do is to include the images into the iPad screen. So how do we do that? First of all, what we need to do, double click on the iPad Air Smart Content layer. And secondly, look for the image that you want to include. So for example, I want to include this sculpture. All I need to do is just click on it and drag it to this layer. And I'll press Ctrl T to transform the layers. And I can even include a background black layer so it looks more cohesive. And if there's a cutout, I can just frame it this way as well. Click Ctrl S to save what you've done. And then when you go back to the main page, you can see then the image will be here. I want it to be more towards the center, the image. So I can go back to the content layer itself and just shift it a little. When I do any changes, I need to Ctrl S or save it in your update in the main view. So if you observe closely, there's like a lens blur around the iPad. So what we need to do now is look at the content layer folder. There are smart filters, and one of it is called blur gallery. So double click on it. You can see that then now you're into the blur gallery filters that you can use to manipulate around. So for example, if I want it to be focused here, the rest to be blurry, I can set it focus on the face, and I can also control how much blurry it is in the image. Likewise for the other blur filter as well. If you see you move it around, you can control the effects on the iPad. Once you like what you've done, just click OK, and Photoshop will save the effects onto the file. Let's look at the iPhone. So I'm going to go to iPhone and click on the content layer, and I'm going to go look for the image that I want to include. Okay, I'm going to choose this one, drag and drop onto there. Ctrl T to transform. Just going to frame it in the middle. Enter. And remember to Ctrl S to save it. Go back to your main page, and you can see now it's appearing on iPhone screen. So this is a great way to present our work, and also you can use images as screensavers for your gadgets. If you want to rearrange the composition, you can go back to the content layer, Ctrl T, and say I want to make it larger. And remember, any changes that you have made, make sure you save what you've done, Control S, and you'll be saved in your final presentation. Well, lastly, let's look at the Apple Watch. Again, I'm going to go to Apple Watch, click on the content layer. I'm going to choose a sculpture, put it in there, Control T, save it, go back to my main scene, and you can see now it's reflected there as well. So this is how easy it is to add custom images into mockup templates and present our ideas to clients, to teachers. So next thing what you need to do is to save the PSD file and also save as a PNG so you can share it with your friends and colleagues and clients. Well, for the second example, I'm going to use two of my renders to put up into this image as a presentation. Double click on an image, content image. And all I need to do to choose that image I want to put in and drag and drop into the layer. Press Ctrl T to transform, and I can just frame it. And remember to save it, Ctrl S. So the next step is to include an image on one. So double click my image, content layer, go to the image I want to include in there. Just drag in, Ctrl T, transform. And there's a white space, all I need to do is to have a new layer and then fill it to the foreground black color. Ctrl S to save. And now they'll be all in the presentation format. Well, so congratulations everyone. This wraps up our whole entire course of using Dimension to set up our 3D renders, present it in Photoshop, and we've learned how to work with scanned models, apply lighting and textures, learn how to present it to clients and teachers and your friends. So please send your renders and your artwork to our project gallery, and also send me suggestions. What do you all want to learn in the future series? And I can set up course tutorials for that as well. So again, thank you all for your patience and time. And I look forward to seeing you guys again in our next courses.